Hello, this is Josy from Team AC03, and today we have the pleasure to talk to a rifle shooter who has played in countries far and close, from Czech Republic to Australia. Allow me to introduce Mr. C. Sam George.
Hi, happy to be here.
Yeah, he started his journey quite early and has earned more than 80 medals so far. He has played both internationally, nationally, and has represented our country in almost every major competition in regards to rifle shooting. Okay, Sam, I'm curious to learn how you started this journey as a rifle shooter.
Alright, this was back in 2012 when I was in my 10th grade. Since I got into an accident when I was a kid, I couldn't be part of any contact sports. I was also a hockey player once, field hockey. Then because I couldn't continue, I was not part of any sporting event for a while. Then when I was in 10th grade, there was a summer camp conducted by Madurai Rifle Club, and my dad thought it would be a great idea to be there. And I joined the summer camp, and that's where it all started. It was just a random coincidence.
Oh, a random coincidence, right. But so far, I've read your journey. You have played in Czech Republic, Korea, Australia. How has then been the experience so far?
Playing internationally is crazy,
given,
and it's also like nerve-wracking, if anything. The pressure of representing the country is on a whole other level. It's different when you're playing for the state or the district, but when there is a thing that a nation is depending on the way you perform is kind of a different pressure. But still, it's once in a lifetime opportunity, I think, and I think it was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the major headlines in your active career was that students from Madras made it despite poor infrastructure. So what, despite having such a, when we talk about rifle shooting, it's a very prestigious. You need a lot of money to get into it, right? So tell me, like, what kind of other obstacles that you faced?
Okay, apart from finance, I don't think any sportsman needs a bigger obstacle, actually. A lot of times when we see sports people not performing, underperforming, or not being able to achieve something, it's usually based on their financial restrictions or where they are from, and its geography and social structure. So mine was pretty similar, and finance was the reason that we had to cut short a little bit, and pandemic did not help either. So that was the article that you must have read, I think.
How has the pandemic affected you and the sports?
So before the pandemic, I was guessing this could be, I wanted to take a break since I've been shooting for like 9-10 years almost, and pandemic happened, which was lucky, I guess. So I did have a chance to take a break. But the thing about sports is that when there is a break, you lose your momentum. That's kind of how it works, and that happened with me too. When the pandemic hit, shooting ranges were closed, and we couldn't practice, and since it involves firearms and weapons, you need a sort of permission to start the range again. So that halt lasted a little longer than we thought, and lockdowns kept happening, lockdown 1, 2, 3, and it was an ongoing thing. So yeah, that was a major hurdle, and every sportsman who had to come back into sports had to make a comeback, which was a huge thing.
But so far, I feel like your academic journey, let's talk about that. You have a MSc in visual communication, and you're currently doing an MA in MMJ, which is journalism. So how do you see yourself, as an athlete and also an academician? How does these two paths play together?
Even when I started with the sports, we were clear that academics and sports has to go along. It has to go along. I can't choose one. I mean, it doesn't work that way, at least in our country. So we made sure my academic process was not hurt in my pursuit of going abroad or participating in competitions. So I did my UG in literature, which my dad is also a professor of, and so that happened to be easier for me. And my visual communication was because I like being a writer. I used to write blogs, and I was part of a lot of political criticism movements, and I used to be part of a lot of social movements too. So being a writer helped me to clear my thoughts, and I thought maybe why not go into media for that. So yeah, visual communication happened, and the reason I did a second master's is mostly because I was the pandemic batch.
Yeah.
When I was doing my MSc in Viscom, so I wanted to learn properly. So hence the second masters.
From shooting to academia, you have a passion for communication, you are a professional athlete. What do you think the future holds for you?
I don't know. I didn't realize I would be here in Christ University for starters.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I will be going to international matches when I was in shooting. I didn't know I'll be in the Indian team when I was there. So I don't know. I don't have any plans, and I just go with the flow, I guess.
Okay, so like tell us about one of the most memorable moments.
Oh yeah, there are too many of them. Okay. Well, I was in Korea in South Korea, Changwon for a World Championship, and we missed the bus.
Yeah.
And I was not supposed to. I was go with the Indian team. So I was standing on the pavement waiting for someone to pick me up. I thought the Indian bus would be back, but it didn't. And my coach said to hire a cab and come back, and I had the weapon with me. So I was like cautious. It's a new place and I didn't know the language, and people there, Koreans, didn't know English that well. So I was wondering what to do, and one random dude, he showed up and he said, he saw my ID card and he said, Indian team, I'll drop you. For some reason I trusted him. He was very kind, he was very polite. He picked my weapon, he put that in his boot, and one of my friends also missed the bus. So he was also running. So we waited for him and we packed ourselves, we got on the cab. It's not a cab, it's a personal vehicle. We got on his car and we started going, and he gave us chocolates, toffees, and he fed us literally because we were starving. And on the way, he kept talking to us. We didn't understand anything. He was talking in Korean, we were responding in English, and we tried using Google Translate once in a while. It was so interesting. Then he didn't even ask us where to go. He went straight there, he dropped us, and he even gave us it was a Korean delicacy of sorts. It's some fish dish. So he gave us, and he bowed and he thanked us for coming to the country, and we thanked him back. He didn't even ask us for anything. It was such a kind gesture, and one of the things I hear about Koreans is that they're extremely polite, and I think they live up to the reputation. They're extremely polite and extremely kind. It was something I remember to this day.
It has been such a wonderful time talking to you. We thank Sam George for showing up. It has been a wonderful time talking to you. We are certainly grateful, and we have learned so much from this talk.
It's a pleasure.
We hope that you achieve whatever you set to, and whatever you set to. I hope you achieve everything you set your mind to, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you.